Hey people! Happy Sunday! So, I have officially moved into my new Airbnb in a different part of the city. And yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a little tour. And when I say little, I mean little. This place is probably about half the size of my previous, or maybe not half the size, but it's definitely a lot smaller than the last place. But honestly, like so far, I'm really happy um, for a few different reasons. And I'll tell you why after I show you around. So, I am standing in like the walkway, like the door is literally right behind me. And then over here is the little kitchen area. Um, I literally just walked in here, so I'm just not seeing this as you guys are, but here is the refrigerator, microwave, and then we've got the stove top over here. It looks like we got some useful kitchen utensils and cups and things in here. What's over here? Okay, just places to store seasonings, I guess. A bowl. Just one bowl? Some wine glasses. Okay, so we'll see. Nothing up there. How it is with cooking in here. Looks even more sparse than the other place. Okay, and then now this is new. We've got some coffee. That's really nice. And some teas. And it looks like oil, vinegar, salt, and pepper. See, this, even, it's a small gesture, but it makes all the difference. Because my last place did not have those things, and it was quite, and it didn't make for the best welcoming experience. I'll say that. Specifically because I did not have hand soap, and I didn't have any water, and I arrived in the last Airbnb at like 2 a.m. So I was like, when I woke up that morning, obviously I was exhausted just from traveling in, but then I had to figure out like where to go to get water, how to wash my hands, like little annoying things like that can really make or break like a welcome experience. So yes, I'm really glad to see that there's coffee here. Okay, here we go. We got some dishes. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna cook with. Bowls, plates. Okay. And then we got some pots and pans. I really appreciate that these are a lot bigger than the ones I was using at the last place, so that's nice. This is huge, but I guess we can make some tea, cutting boards. Okay, cool. So far looking good. Wine opener, knife, scissors. All right, this is a good host. They know what you need. This is a, I know I'm making like a big deal out of little stuff, but it really is a big thing, especially when you're like moving to a place for a month. And look, water. So nice. I really appreciate the welcome gesture. Ooh, and cookies and candy. Precious. I really like that. So here is a little seating area similar to the last place that I had. So I'll probably be doing some work here because I don't have a desk in this place, but this looks fine for getting some work done. And it looks like there's an outlet over there so I can plug in just fine. Cool. Oh, and there's an outlet over here too, so that works out. And then here we have the living room, bedroom. This is basically like a studio apartment. But it looks like this turns into a couch as well, or a bed, sorry. And then it's seems pretty comfortable. Cute little seating area. Not gonna lie, I really like the little layout here. It's quite cute. The little ladies. Look at her. Qué linda tú eres. Okay, so yeah, we got the TV here, and then over here, got a little step up into the bedroom, a little separation, so you know it's real. And this is where I'll be sleeping. Not gonna lie, I felt this earlier, and it is very firm, so we'll see how it is sleeping on that. And then we have the mirror. Love a good mirror. This is something else that is like hit or miss and can really make or break an Airbnb, because try getting dressed with just a mirror that's like chest up. It's not fun. In here, we got some closet space. Ignore my clothes there. I washed clothes in the last place, and so I'm drying them here. And that's one thing about this apartment. It doesn't have a washer in the unit, but there is washer I think it might be washer and dryer. I have to double check, but there's a washer available in the building. And I believe it's free to use, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so let's see the view. I don't think it's gonna be nearly as spectacular as the other place. But who's comparing? You know, we're in a new place. We're just gonna take what we got. No, it's not. It's not. It's okay. I get to see people across the street, but I did get a little view of the mountains back there. That's really nice. And honestly, when I came in, there was a view on the other side, which I'll show you guys later. So I have a view, it's just not from the apartment, which that is fine. I actually plan on spending more time outside of this apartment than inside because, like I told you guys, I am a little bit more central now. So I was out walking earlier. I had to wait a couple hours to wait for them to get the Airbnb arranged. And I was so excited because there's just so many, it's a lot of like walking areas, even where I was before, but here, like, it's a mix. There's like, I was discovering new cafes and like, ooh, look at that cute little shop. And yeah, I just like being in the heart of things. And so this puts me a lot closer and I'm really excited about that. I also passed just so many people out and about walking. I saw a group of like people having a picnic. So like I said, I do feel like this area is not only more central, but it's more social. Like before I think I was a little bit more on the outskirts and now I'm like in not the main city, but when I was telling someone where I was moving to, he was like, oh, más bajo. So like before I was higher up, and now I'm like a little bit lower. So typically with cities that are like built on hill, not a hill, this is built in a valley, but ideally when the elevation is higher, you have like less built up areas. It's less like businesses, restaurants, that sort of thing. And then when you go down more to the flat areas, you have more stuff. Hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. Anywho, let's continue. So over here, we've got a little corner with a place to iron, it looks like, and cleaning supplies. Another thing I didn't really have at the other place, so appreciate that. And here we have el baño. Yeah, looks nice. Oh, that's really nice that they left, what is that? Shampoo and soap. And then we've got this. And, oh, I should point this out as well, toilet paper. And soap, look at that. Okay, I'm making a big deal out of all of this because really at the last place, I was like, is there any hand soap? You know, salt and pepper, water. They're like, nope, nothing's provided. It's like that. So I really am appreciative of all the little small things in this place. But pretty much that is my new humble abode. This is where I'll be staying for the next month. Some other really neat things about this place. I told you guys how there's a view on the outside. So I'm going to step outside real quick so you guys can see. So when I walk out my front door, this is my view. I must say I'm not mad at it. I like it. It's very cute. So you can see there's a park right here, which I haven't even walked. I didn't walk this way today. I was walking along that way. There's a whole, what do you call it? Like walkway that goes across the city horizontally this way. So that's where I was walking today, but this also is a pathway as well. And yeah, I'm really excited to explore more of this area. Whoops, what is loud? I am quite familiar already with a lot of the area. Like I pass by here a lot on that walkway, but now I get to explore like the depths. Like I usually never leave the walkway. I'm just walking that way and walking back. So now that I live on this side, you know, and things are closer, I can just do some exploring. I think too, there's also a mall, if I'm not mistaken, that's close by. It looks like a fancy mall too, so I might go check that out. And yeah, this building, I mentioned, it has washer, maybe dryer, it has a laundry area. It also has a pool. I think there's a green space too. Yeah, I don't know where they are, but I know they're here. So I actually am a bit exhausted. I feel like the day is catching up to me. It's only like 2:30, but I was up at like 6, just arranging things, and I normally get up at 6, but I feel like the day is catching up to me. So I'm gonna sign off here. Let me know what you guys think about my new humble abode. For comparison, this place is the same cost as the last place. So, well, more or less, because February has only 28 days. Well, yeah, and I think I'm here for the next 28 days. So they're both 600 for the month. And yeah, they're not directly comparable. There's some things that the other apartment had that this one doesn't, but there's things that this one has that the other one doesn't. So I'm personally happy, but I'm curious to know what you guys think. Which apartment do you like best? Do you have a preference? Would you stay in them both? Let me know down in the comments below. And always, if you are looking for ways to translate your skills into income, be sure to check out my guide, the Starter Guide to Move Abroad, to get some good ideas as well as getting started to plan your move. And that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you mañana. Ciao.